Hello everyone, Dan Kip with Jeet, Kune, Physiology and more. Today is day 11 of hip mobility. So I've discussed angles, I've discussed other topics as well. We've gone over a pretty good detail of angles. So today I would like to get in more into the strength side of it. So with that, honestly, one of the best ways to really strengthen and focus on a muscle group is to isolate it or individualize, or whatever term you want to use. Isolate means instead of doing like barbell squats, you do one-legged squats, you do one-legged lunges, things like that. There are many different exercises, many different variations of this. Okay, so what's one of the best things as far as that for hips that we haven't covered already? Okay, that's going to be some of you know what's called the pistol squat, which is you can either do it like this or straight out, whatever it is, and then you do a squat. Okay. Obviously, to keep your balance, hold on to something if you need to. So you always want to start off with body weight to see how an exercise is going to go for you, to see where you're weak at. So if you're a little off balance, okay, you don't want to try these things with weight, because if you get thrown off a little balance and you don't have something to hold your balance, you could get seriously hurt. So the key concept here is definitely always start off with body weight when you're trying a new exercise. This is going to help prevent injury. It's going to help you find out where you're weak at, and it also is going to really give you just a little bit of an idea of how difficult this exercise might be. You might not be very comfortable, or not comfortable, but you might have a difficulty doing the exercise even with just a minimal amount of weight, like 25, 40, 50 pounds, whatever it may be. So that's another reason why it is best to do bodyweight exercises, to try something out first. So if you could do this pretty easily, whether it's straight out in front of you or to the side, whatever it may be. Okay, do some of them exercises to warm up, just to get kind of a good feel for it, and then you can grab something like this amazing device here, my kettlebell, and then you can kind of go into it. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Obviously switch sides. Okay, get your good balance there. Okay, things like that. So that is just one example of an exercise. But here's the sole purpose of an isolation movement. It focuses primarily on one region. So especially if you're having hip issues, whether it's an injury, whether it's hip pain, whether it's a hip tightness, whatever it may be, by isolating that specific muscle group, instead of doing both and it's actually working both sides, you're focusing on one side. So what happens is when you focus on one side of something, or that specific one, is going to put strong emphasis on that particular muscle group to give that the maximum amount of strength, the maximum amount of flexibility, tension, whatever it is you're working on, to really enhance the focus, to really enhance whatever you're trying to accomplish. Okay, so we got to be doing these isolation movements. Here's a suggestion: either number one, pick at least 1, maybe 2 days a week of whatever exercises you do, whether it's upper or lower body, to do isolation movements. Number two, you can include them in your training. You can either do back and forth between non-isolated, isolated, non-isolated, isolated, or what I like to do quite a bit is, especially with my leg training, is I start off with isolation movements, then move into the heavier weight with the barbells. And you want to change it up. Remember, you've got to confuse your body. If you want the maximum results, you've got to confuse your body. Muscle confusion, and muscle confusion. Okay, so let's stay motivated. Let's get out there, believe in yourself, believe you can do it, and believe that you deserve it. Let's get out there. Let's go.